UV is an extremely fast Python package and project manager. It's a single tool to replace pip, piptools, pipx, poetry, pyenv, twine, virtualenv, and more. It is much faster than pip since it's written in Rust programming language, and it provides comprehensive project management with a universal log file. To install UV, you can visit this link, and then you can choose between the different methods that UV provides for the installation. It provides a standalone installer, pipx, cargo, homebrew, and so on. For me, I just prefer to use the standalone installer, and since I'm on macOS, I just copy this link. If you're on Linux, you can follow the same instruction, but if you're on Windows, you should follow the other instruction that is here in this link. I go to my terminal and I just paste the link and hit enter. Okay, it shows a message that everything is installed, and I can go further and check more if I want. I can just write uv-version, and this command shows me the version of UV that's installed on my system. UV provides a great set of tools for working with Python project, creating them and managing them. To create a new Python project using UV, you can use the command uv init and then the name of that project. So I just select my new project as the name. As you hit enter, UV will create a new folder for you. And if you go inside that and open it using VS Code, you will see that Git will start to initialize the project using Git and also create a git ignore file for you. It creates a python-version file for you, which indicates which version of Python has used for creating this project. And also we're gonna have a main.py file, a PyProject file, which is the configuration file for Python projects, and it has basic information like name, version, description, and the Python required to run this project, and the dependency list that is empty right now, but it will be filled with the packages that are required by this project. To add a new package to our project, we can use the command uv add and then the name of that package. So let's say I'm gonna add package requests to our project. As I hit enter, you can see that UV did a great job, and in a very short time, it installed request and all of its required dependencies for me. And here you can see that request has added as a dependency to my project configuration file. And we also see a new file called the uv.log, which basically indicates the exact version of UV that should be installed if you want to build the same exact environment for this project. To install a package with a specific version, you can use uv add, and let's say we want to install Django version 4.2. You can use just two double equal sign for that. To see all of the installed packages of your project and the dependency tree, you can use the command uv3, and it will show you your project as the top node, and then you have all of the dependencies and then their own dependencies. To remove a package from your project, you can use the command uv remove and then the name of that package. So let's remove Django. You can see that when you remove Django, all of its required dependencies will also be removed. The uv log file will be updated, and if you go to the pyproject.yml, you can see that dependencies has also updated, which is really great. Let's say you have downloaded this project from a repository and now you want to make sure that you have all the dependencies installed. All you need to do is to run the command uvsync, and UV will do the job for you. It will look at the log file and tries to install the packages with the same name and same version. UV also goes further and provides more functionalities for building and publishing the packages. To build the package, all you need to do is to first make sure that you have a unique name to publish it in a package index like pipy. So just come here and change the name of my project as this is unique. Save it and then come to the terminal and write uv build. This will build the wheel and compress file for me, and then all I need to do is to run the command uv publish, and the simplest way is to just pass the token I have from the pipy. So just come here, copy the token that I have and then paste it inside the terminal. You can see that it uploaded the wheel and the compress file, and you can see that now I have a new project here. To run a script inside a Python project, all you need to do is to use command uv run and then the name of that file. So let's run main.py. This command will also ensure that you have all the dependencies required for this project to be run. In addition to Python projects, UV also provides some cool commands to work with Python scripts. For example, this hello.py is a Python script. As you can see, this script has no dependency. So all I need to do for running it is to write UV run and then hello.py. What UV does here is that it creates an environment for me and will run this script in there and then remove that environment. In addition, if you have a script that uses a standard library of Python, then again you don't need to do anything and you can run it in the same way. So I can write UV run current dir and it will run the script for me. But if your script contains third-party or external packages, to run it, all you need to do is to use the with switch. And then you can pass the library or packages that you want. Here, I want to use the reach package, and then I pass the name of that script. So as you can see, what UV does here is that first it installs the reach package in an isolated environment, and then it runs the code here, which is basically a progress bar. And then it will finish and it will remove that environment. A cool feature of UV is that it can run Python scripts that are not hosted in your local machine and they are hosted on internet. Let's say we have a gist here in GitHub and it's just a snake game. So all I need to do is to just copy this link and then go back to my terminal and run UV run and then paste the link. When I run it, I will see that the script will run for me and now I can just start to play this cool snake game. Python recently added a standard format for inline script metadata. It's sort of the same thing that we have for a project, but this time we define it for a single script. To initialize a script with the inline metadata, you can just write uv init and then use the -- script and then specify a name for your script. Let's say with metadata.py. By running this command, UV will initialize a Python script for you, which is just like the same thing that we had for a new project, but this time we see some comments in the beginning of this script, which is the inline metadata. You can see that here it is specified that the required Python version is 3.14. If I create another file and just use -p and pass 3.10, it means the required Python version is 3.10 or greater. I run this, I open this file, and you can see that now it's updated. To add a dependency to a Python script, you can use uv add, then use the script switch and write the name of your file, let's say with metadata.py, and then you can just write the name of the package you want to have as a dependency. So I just add requests. So here if I look at the with metadata.py, you can see that request has added as dependency to this file. And now if I run uv run and then pass with metadata.py, first it tries to create an environment, then install the dependencies, which is request, and then it will run this message for us. If you have an existing Python script like this file and you want to add metadata to it, let's say we want to add reach as a dependency, all you need to do is to write uv add script pbar and then reach. This will update this Python script, add all of the information that is required, and also add reach as a dependency. By doing this, I no longer need to use the with switch to run this Python script. I can just say uv run pbar, and uv will basically understand this dependency from this inline metadata. Similarly to Python project, you can remove a package from a Python script by just using uv remove script, then the name of the script, and then the name of the dependency. So you can see that now the reach has removed from the dependencies of pbar.py script. When it comes to tools, UV also provides many great commands. So if you want to work with a tool, which means a standalone Python package that can be run like a linter or a formatter, you can just use UV for managing them better. So to run a tool without needing to install them, you can just say UV tool run and then the name of that tool. So let's say we want to run raw and we want to do formatting on our file. Let's say I want to run black on progress bar. And you can see that I don't have any rough or black installed on my system. So what happens is that UV will install them in an isolated environment, use them, and then delete them. You can also go further and install the tools on your system if you want. You can use UV tool install and then name of the standalone tool that you want, let's say rough. So I just installed rough and now I have rough. So I can just again do the same thing this time, but without needing to call UV. You can also see the list of tools that you have installed using UV tool list. And if you just decided to remove the tool, you can just say UV tool uninstall rough. Pretty simple. UV also offers a set of commands for installing and managing Python versions. So to see the available Python version that you have installed or you can install on your system, you can run UV Python list. So some of them are installed by the operating system or by a user, but some of them that have the path of UV are installed by UV. For any case, if you needed to know the specific path of a one Python installation, you can just use UV Python find and then you can just put the version and it will give you the complete path. If you want to install another version of Python, you can just say UV Python install and then here you can select between different options that you have. Let's say I want to use PyPy 3.10. So I can just say PyPy at 3.10. And that's it. PyPy 3.10 is now available for me. And if I search UV Python list, you can see that it installed in this path. And now later on I can use this implementation of Python for my projects and Python scripts. To uninstall a Python, you can just say UV Python uninstall and then let's say PyPy 3.10. It will uninstall that Python implementation. As you have seen so far, UV automatically manages the virtual environments for you. So you no longer need to activate or deactivate the virtual environments. But for any reason, if you are still in a legacy workflow or you just prefer to have more control, you can create virtual environments using pyenv and then the name of that virtual environment. So let me create a folder first, test venv, then we go inside that, then I say uvvenv, and this is enough. If you just run your command like this, it will create a virtual environment in the folder .venv. The other thing is that UV also provides a pip interface for you inside the UV. So if you still think that you are more used to pip interface, you still can use that, but a heads up that this is not the exact implementation of pip commands, or under the hood UV does not call the pip command, so it's just an interface. But for any reason, if you want to use them, first you have to activate the environment like source .venv being activate, and then you can say UV pip install flask, or like UV pip list to see the list of your packages. Or to get more information about one specific package, we can say UV pip show and then let's say Jinja2. And you have access to all of the other commands like uninstall, freeze, check, tree, and all of them work. So that's a good news for pip fans. UV is more than just fast. It's a complete all-in-one solution for managing Python projects. It replaces multiple tools with a single, consistent experience that's both powerful and simple to use. Whether you're managing dependencies, running scripts, or juggling Python versions, UV has you covered. If you are tired of the old Python tooling mess, give UV a shot. It might just change how you code. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.